And how is everyone out there tonight? Tonight, it's gonna be very simple. I am going to be signing every single one of I should be able to signing every single one of the comic books for Cross Comics for everybody who got a signed copy. So we got both covers in front of us. We got them all nearby. I have it tallied how many of each that we need to sign. So this is all good. And let's get the chat up so we can see. Not that there's anybody here yet, but still, it is good. It is a good feeling having to do this. And of course, we have with me Metal. How are you, Metal?
I am a lot less tired than I was before.
And how's your mom doing, anyways?
Same as always. I think I said before she was just in there for a COVID test because they
Okay.
have to check everybody ahead of time before they have a surgery.
Okay. Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Nothing too serious. Just something to destroy your sleeping time.
Yeah. Well, it was worse because she was even like an hour late, so that even delayed my ability to sleep an hour later than it should have been.
Oh, lovely,
Yeah,
lovely.
because it was like, you need to be up by 9. Okay. There's no way I'm going to be up by 9 with my sleeping schedule. I'm just going to stay up. 9 comes. 10 comes. Like, okay, I'm going to sleep. 10 minutes into trying to go to sleep, she calls me. Hey, are you still coming? Like, yeah? What?
Oh, lovely, lovely, lovely. Okay, so I guess I should start. There's a few less of mine to, um, my cover to sign. Let's get a few up here ahead of time. Yeah, and they come in. I'm not sure how many a max is in a thing, all bundled. So that's good too. Not all loose or whatever. So we got 4 there. We need 23. One, two, three, four, five. I think they come in bundles of 10. So we have a bundle of 10 there. That's 10.
Yeah, like I had it on for a little bit right as I was going to bed because you happened to come back on right about that time.
Yeah.
But so I didn't actually get to hear you say it, but how's it feel holding the comic in your hand?
It feels so incredible. You know, I did. It only ended up being an hour stream. Um, I did. I'll probably end up keeping these two for myself unless somebody wants to pay an extraordinary amount of money. But the first the first one I signed of my cover and the first one I signed of Dillard's cover, which I said second time, so it's the first and second signed copies of the Canadian Shield. So, you know, I'm not sure how much you saw either. I'm not sure whether you were just looking for the Dillard. As usual, ignore my advice and title the stream the signing, not focusing on the arrival of the books. Because that's what the stream earlier was about, the arrival. But we're talking about the arrival. So there's 6, 23. So we do have Dillard in the chat. And how are you tonight, Dillard, John? And we do have several copies of the Buckler. Let's see what this too. So, although I'm not going to sign those because that's John's book, all done by him.
Yeah, yeah. I see. It's actually ashcan size.
Yeah. Well, that's what it was advertised as. So.
Hey, now I feel like it'd be ripped off if it wasn't.
And these come in, I think, bundles of probably 15 or something like that. Although I've taken one out of this bundle, that was this one. I'm pretty sure it was out of this bundle when I did things earlier. So. Bullet's here and he says, good thing these arrived post all the crazy runs on toilet paper. I wouldn't want to be using this as toilet paper, Bullet. It's nice for
Would
a
not
comic.
be good material.
It's great for, comic book. Okay, now Dillard said something about me signing it here. He didn't think it was good. Do we think it would be better me signing it here or here?
Which one was the one that he recommended?
Well, he didn't recommend anything. I signed it here on this for this copy. I signed it right there. Yeah. I don't think signing it down here would do any good. Of course, I could sign over the Canadian Shield, but I didn't think that would be good. So I'm either thinking where I still did or here. My Canadian Shield day is going great, Elric. Or of course,
I don't know.
I guess I could also sign right in the middle too, right above his head.
I don't know. If I was signing books, I'd be a real prick about it, and I would just sign it in random locations on each cover.
Okay. Well, there is that approach too, you know. And then I'm not against that approach. But, you know...
Then you have no idea where the signature is going to be until you get it.
Well, yeah, that would be true because they don't know which copy they're getting of these 23 that I got in front of me.
Yeah, but then if, you sign them all in the same place, you have a general idea where it's going to be.
Yeah. Oh, maybe I'll go. They'll have a good idea where it's going to be. Or does anybody have anything against it being my signature being over the Canadian Shield itself? I know people have had, everybody has a problem with something, right? You can't please everybody. So. And of course, I'm going to put them all in their bags and boards right away, too. So. Okay, so I guess I'm just going to start signing these.
Actually, I think I have to correct myself. If I was running a campaign, I wouldn't even sign any of the books.
Ah.
Of course, that's more of a personal thing, because I think I've told you before. I don't value a signature on a comic if it didn't happen in person.
Yeah. And we have the illustrious Dillard here. John Dillard. The elusive John Dillard.
Is that as high as my volume goes? Let me move some of this. There we go. So what's new?
New York, New Jersey. Comic books are in, finally.
How many of them are you going to sign?
Right now I'm signing 23 of my cover, and then I've got 30 of yours to sign. Your cover to sign.
Okay. So I'm trying to cook these ribs faster than normal. So I actually have them in direct heat. I'm going to have them in direct heat for about 20 minutes, and I'm going to move them. But it's a mix of beef ribs and pork ribs.
Ooh,
So
cool.
I'm sure the beef are going to get finished first.
My mom says hello, John.
Hello. How are you?
Is this like a fully constructed patio you're in?
Yeah. Look at these beef ones. They're getting already charred on the bottom, and they're on the upper tier, like normally where you would put like corn. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, beef ribs cook really fast.
Yeah. Whew. It's 101 degrees today here, man. Good Lord. Tomorrow is going to be 116 degrees, and then Sunday 117 degrees.
Okay, so we'll pin John sideways, so everybody can see him while I'm signing the book. Or do you care about people seeing you while I'm signing the book, John?
I don't care if people see me or not.
Okay. They can hear you, right?
So why the silence? What's going on with it? Something awkward right now?
No, I was just putting up the chat so I can see the chat again. Evan in Discord is wondering at what point Elric was taunting him about the thing, the harem manga competition. So I hear you're involved in that now. The official rules for that are up on my Discord under the harem manga 2020. John?
I'm not even following rules.
It's not my rules, it's Evan's rules.
I don't follow
More reason for him not to follow it.
I don't follow Evan's rules or Metal's or Elric's rules.
He's making a hot, steamy hentai.
I'm making a hentai. It's gonna be a lot of inappropriateness.
Oh, we got confirmation on another judge, though.
Who's that?
Flit.
Flit gonna be a judge?
Yep.
So that means that Flit's not gonna be in the competition. He declined.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
but Flit likes
even
manga.
given the but even given the deadline, do you really think Flit would have finished in time?
No, I don't. I don't think Flit would have finished if the deadline was 2023.
He's like, sure, I'll judge your competition, no problem.
That's already unfair because Flint hates me, so I'm already at a disadvantage.
Bullet says Dillard's Machino is palatable. Adrian's in the chat.
Machismo, his manliness.
Yeah.
What did you say, Rick?
I don't know. I don't know how I pronounce it. Adrian's in the not Adrian. Avery's in the chat and says, "This better not be porn, Dillard."
It's 100% going to be 100% pornography. That's the definition of hentai. And no, Metal, I would not like to hear the actual definition of hentai.
No, that actually is. It's literally just the Japanese word for porn.
I'm not gonna draw an entire comic of just two teenagers making eyes at each other. What the hell is that?
No, it's several teenagers making eyes at one person.
Sounds like a wasted comic.
Bullets also saying practically waving off the stream. From Discord, Evan Hotep says that's not how I remember it. I'm not sure what he's talking about. And Alric says, yep, metal speaks the truth.
So what are you signing these books with, Rick?
Actually, one of the pens I got through you because of you.
I'm old, Rick. My brain is old.
You know the package of multi-liners that you got for me?
Those aren't good for signing books.
I don't recall exactly what they were though.
Because they use Archive ink, right?
I don't know.
I forget.
I think they do.
Yeah, archival ink is not good for signing books because they kind of rub off the covers. Like a Sharpie is actually better in that case. Not that you can't, just,
Yeah, well, I
everybody be very careful with the section where the signature is.
Well, if you take a look, all of them...
Okay, we got one burner going on the very far right side, so all the ribs are on the left, and they should be in indirect heat now. Should open the vent. Oh, it's already open. Never mind.
As you can see, it's when I'm putting them in things, they seem to be all right. That's one of the first things I looked at for, when I was first doing it. No. Hey, it's thinner. I've got Sharpies around here.
Yeah. Yes, this is a harem competition. Harem hentai is a subgenre. So, I mean, in a technical sense, he's not wrong with going in that direction.
There may also be dinosaurs.
Yo, dinosaurs, what? That's great.
Dinosaurs sell books, tell you what. Like the only way to make it a cat book without being gay.
And then for some reason, Bullet mentions the story of Kintaro.
I don't know that story. What's that story?
It's Golden Boy. You watched it.
What's the Kintaro?
That's his name.
Ah.
It literally just means Golden Boy.
Okay, so I got a Sharpie here that seems to be working.
So I hear that you ordered 80 copies of the Buckler Ash Can. Is that true?
Yes, that is true.
How many people, because I know that you promised me 3 copies of the Buckler Ash Can. How many people ordered the Buckler Ash Can?
I haven't counted that off. I know it's less than that, so.
And just so you remember, you also promised me 3 copies of the Canadian Shield with my cover.
Yeah.
And that's on top of the ones that me and my wife ordered.
Yeah. Well, I thought it was more than that. Well, I don't remember saying it.
Well, it was actually 5, but I'm winnowing it down to 3 so as you don't run out.
Yeah. Well, I
know you have a tendency to forget things that you say on stream.
Nighthawk Sierra says, cool Cool Comics crossover. Where's Dillard Buckler? Right here. Topher Series says congrats on the campaign, Rick. Thank you. Christopher says
Who's here?
Topher.
Oh, I thought you said Pope Raven because Pope Raven actually did comment on your coloring of his book.
Yeah, what did he say?
He says, if only Rick wasn't so late with his book, he wouldn't have had time to ruin my artwork. So I know you were wondering his feelings on it. I just wanted to make you aware of his feelings. Oh.
And Avery said, dinosaur porn? I'm in. Christopher C says, dinosaurs and hentai porn. That's money if I've ever heard of it.
That's right.
Elric says the cover for the Ashcan looks awesome, Dillard.
Who said that?
Elric.
Thank you, Elric. Elric is a man of culture.
Sometimes.
Nighthawk saying he shared this.
Kat says, Rick, tell me about this manga journey you're all doing.
Well, I'm not on this manga journey. Metal is, I believe, Dillard and Elric and Evan. And I'm not sure if there's anybody else involved yet. And thank you for sharing it out, Nighthawk.
Oh, it's like, what do you mean sometimes, Metal? I don't know, Elric. You've recommended some pretty questionable anime before.
Okay. Nighthawk also says he did not see the Ashcan cover.
Well, in order to take that statement as truth, we would have to assume that Metal has a higher taste and quality in anime than Elric. For you to even suggest that his tastes are questionable. What are your credentials?
Elric asked you a question, Dillard, about your manga. Is your drawing from right to left or left
Yes,
to right?
right to left. Yes. Now they cut the ribs, the St. Louis ribs, the beef ribs, from that really expensive cut of meat, right? What is that one called? Because I hear that when they cut that meat, they cut as much of the meat out to serve it on that steak, so they don't leave a lot of meat on the on the beef ribs.
And he says, "Oh, good. Then it'll be an actual manga."
Yes, it will.
Nighthawk
Right
says
back,
he
I gotta
can't
get a
sing.
brush.
Eagle from Discord says, Metal asked Rick to ask John why he made Booster a judge.
Oh, yeah, Evan's actually contesting that. He said Booster's fired as a judge. But I totally agree that Booster should be a judge, so I'm recontesting his contestation.
Kat says, you made Booster the judge of a manga competition medal. Please ask John what is going on.
Well, the whole reason he asked for Booster specifically, and I actually thought this was a pretty good idea, is that it would be good to have at least one person in there who hates weebs and manga and anime stuff. It would be like a pretty good counterbalance.
And Nighthawk saying he can't say he has to sleep. So, okay, good night, Nighthawk. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for tweeting out again, sharing out.
But Evan and I were also insistent that Flip be a judge because he has good taste in stuff. Yes, I know Booster's a closet weave. He's like one of those self-hating guys. Like when people hate gay people because they're like the self-hating gay or something like that.
Christopher says, damn it, you weeds! And then Elric says, Cross, tell Metal to tell Dylan, to tell Evan, I am his father's brother's nephew, cousin's former roommate. Nice Spaceballs reference.
Alright, I'm back. What did I miss?
Everything.
Cat's questioning you making Booster a judge.
But Booster hates manga. We need people that hate manga.
Yeah, that's what I was
also,
saying.
We need to make Kat a judge because she also hates manga. Ask Kat if she's willing to be a judge.
I think you just did, Dillard.
Well, you know what? Before the delay caught up, Kat even said, if you want someone who's going to be very critical judge, you could always ask me to be a judge and put a winky face.
So I think
she already volunteered.
But this has got to go by Evan as well, so right?
I don't think Evan would deny Kat.
Or says Booster hates manga. What is this heresy?
Oh, also tell Kat that I finished the last page, so now I'm working on the next page, and that has to have the girl on it again. So I'm gonna need that design. Because Miss Maple's supposed to be making her debut. In the book there.
Cat says, damn it! I'm on it!
I don't have a barbecue brush, so I'm patting it on with a spatula.
Cool, cool. Ulrich says, heresy, I tell you! Heresy!
I mean, we could make Elric a judge, but he's in the competition, so.
Yeah. The cat's asking who said I hate manga. John did. He's the person saying that.
That was me, yeah. What's up? Huh? And no, he put the sprinkler right in the middle of the yard, so I'm live with Rick right now.
Oh, so Rick gets the back now because
Well, no, we've already established that Rick, he was waiting to hear from Pope Raven as to what exactly his feelings were about the coloring situation. And now that we know the feelings about the coloring situation, I'm waiting to see if Rick has something new to say about the coloring situation. I know Pope Raven's feelings were hurt. That's what I told him, but he hasn't addressed it yet.
He didn't exactly say his feelings were hurt. You just said something about being late, the money being late or whatever. Which
I don't know if Rick's a man of his word. I'm waiting for him to address it right now. That's why I'm live with him. You could go watch from your phone. Maybe. I mean, if you watch, you might get an answer. I don't know.
I mean, or she could just run over here and berate Rick herself.
Yeah, why don't you come over here and berate Rick yourself? Says Metal. Metal's trying to be confrontational.
Trying to pump up the entertainment value here.
You go toe to toe with who? With me? No, you do not. Because I suffer your insolence doesn't mean that you win ever. I found someone I could easily manipulate it, so I put a ring on her. I mean, can you name an argument you've won yet?
Can you name one that you have won?
Oh, matter of fact, I can right now by lighting another cigarette. Say something.
Okay. All right. Looks like a change.
Say what?
Very well.
What you're gonna make me cook my own dinner or what? That was.
We have to micromanage a little bit more.
Alric asked Kat whether she hates manga, and she says, I may or may not, Alric.
I almost did.
What shoes are you wearing? Are you wearing your dad's shoes?
Oh, Evan was wondering how 4 judges would work. Because he's still assuming that Booster isn't going to be a judge. I figured the judging would be easy, right? Everybody just gives each comic a grade out of 100, depending on what they feel, which can add up to 400 total points.
It doesn't matter how many
tiebreaker when it comes
judges
up.
there are. I mean, it's going to be 4 judges. It can be an even or odd number of judges. It's going to be a village sweep anyway, so what does it matter how many judges there are?
Somebody's confident.
I don't know. I think he's probably going to get a low score from Flit. That's why he needed Booster in it. Counterbalance.
So now that you have
well,
those books in your hand, Rick, I know that you were waiting to have the books in your hand to go shop them around to comic stores. What's the situation with that? Since you're not going to talk about Pulp Raven.
I can talk about Pope Raven. If we get the actual quote again, or tweet, or whatever. Shinobi's here. Hey, Shinobi.
Rocio, your dad's looking at me through the window. Tell him to mind his business. Well, how is he disappointed in me?
Oh, yeah. I think Evan wants to use the out of 10 as well.
What?
Well, they were talking about the point system, right? Instead of 100, just 10 points for each grade. Which I'm fine with. I mean, it's effectively the same thing.
I'm sorry, what?
Oh, but Evan wants to go by the average of the score. Okay. I mean, it's still never will lead to the same thing. It's tiebreakers. Only come up if it happens. Then we'll figure out how to solve it.
And Mrs. Dillard's now in the chat. Address your mistreatment. I think Pope Raven, she's trying to say, redeem yourself in my eyes. Well, let's bring up Pope Raven's exact statement. Anybody actually got that? so I can see.
You know, Rick, if it was a statement that said that Pope Raven was fine with your coloring, I'm pretty sure you'd be able to find it on your own real fast.
I'm signing comic books.
Right.
And of course, now we got justice for Pope Raven in the chat.
And then he says there must also be decibels. If you add decibels to a 10-point grading system, then it effectively just becomes a 100-point grading system.
Mallet says, "Is that Dullert?" I think he did mean to say Dillert. So, but yes, this is John on stream with me.
You tell that hillbilly to go put on some shoes.
Why do you got to wear shoes?
Because JP has a history of not being able to handle his machinery and tools safely.
Adjust the Tua Cupla.
Mallet said to tell John to be quiet.
Who said?
Mallet.
Oh, okay. I'll be quiet.
Bullet says, "Rick is grinding the little guy under his booted heel." No, I'm not. Yes, Mallet is.
All right, I'm going to hop off of here. I'm going to go grab that tweet. I'm going to send it to you, Rick, and then I'm going to hop back on.
Okay.
Oh, Mallet also says to tell him that I love him. But that's from Mallet, so Mallet loves him.
Let's see. Yes, Mallet apparently is. He is hoping Rick will acknowledge Pope Raven's feelings. Mrs. Dillard says, "Rick, please be the man you were born to be and apologize for what you have done." The closest I would say, I'm sorry that it hurt Pope Raven's feelings, but I'm not sorry that I, in my opinion, made it more dynamic.
Oh, we're on this again. Mallet told me to tell Evan that I have to find a power supply for my wheel. I don't know what that has to do with anything, but I was told to say it.
We gave them the vote. This is how they repay us, Rick. Constant demands.
Oh, Mallet wants to know if you started the cover.
What do you mean?
I don't know. He just says Metal ask Rick if he started the cover.
Mrs. Dillard timing up. Bullet. That might constitute. Well, Bullet can always come in via. What's the name of
Discord.
it? Anyway? Yeah.
Yeah, I think actually the only place that I don't have mod powers would be D Live. But I could time somebody out anywhere.
Yeah, I don't have any mods over at D Live
Does D Live have mods? I would assume they do.
yet. Yeah. Mrs. Dillard says, Rick, are you threatening to go against the blue too? Only the blue who disobey the laws. I think Bullet was timed out because Mrs. Dillard didn't like the thing of him saying we gave them the vote. This is how they repay us for constant demands.
What happened? Don't quiet.
Nothing. You came in.
Oh, you talking about me behind my back again?
No.
Well,
Yeah,
if you were
I've
wondering,
already put the
the
thing.
reason I left, if you were wondering, the tweet is in the chat.
Oh no. You pulled back. You pulled a Batman on Pope Raven.
Let's see.
What does that mean?
You brought back memories of his parents dying.
Devastating.
Okay, let's see. We'll let everybody see this one tweet. Okay, bird stamp for the sky. I'm crying. It's worse than I thought. I'm not sure who said that, because it doesn't say. And then Mrs. Dillard replying to two others things. And then Pope Raven says, my parents were killed by stamps. This brings back bad memories. If this book would have only came out in time, then he wouldn't have had time to ruin it. Well, that's, first of all, untrue. Because I had most of it done before.
So you would have had time to ruin it if it came out on time.
Well, I don't believe I ruined it, but I'm just saying by his words. And then all this, I think he's a bit joking there. He's being jovial. So, if I actually
It's pretty convenient that you would think that, because it's incredibly damning to your case.
I mean, don't you know that Pope Raven is always serious all the time?
No,
This is just common known fact.
I don't know this common known fact. So it can't be too common known. Back to the chat. Now, if I actually did hurt his feelings, I am sorry for that. But I'm not sorry for...
Okay, let me ask you this, Rick. Let me ask you this. And I'm being 100% serious here. What artists do you know that if they submitted their artwork to you and you modified it because you were unhappy with what they did, would not get their feelings hurt?
Oh, I don't know all artists, so I can't say for sure. But you know, if it was to make the book,
Well, that's why I started my statement with what artists that you know.
Oh, me for one, if it was to make the book better, I would have no problem with it. And it's not like I wouldn't have wanted Pope Raven to do it, but it was hard getting in touch with him, so I had to make an executive decision. to.
Now that I understand, I do understand that. And let me tell you why I understand that. Because it's your book. You want it to be the best that it can be. However, taking something that somebody's already done and saying this could be improved, I would change this, I would change that. It's something that everybody goes through.
Yeah.
Everybody does, especially when you look at somebody's work that has already put in the work to get it finished.
Yeah.
And you say, "Oh, I could come in here and I could tweak this and tweak that and make it better," but you don't, because that's not something that you do to an artist's work. You know, I could get colors back from somebody I paid, colors for, and I could say, hey, I think that's not what I was going for. This is what I was going for. Maybe instead of these gray tones, maybe make them super vibrant. That's the feel I want the book to go for.
Yeah.
And you had said that you wanted the book to be simple. You wanted it to be like an origin story, like a golden age story.
Yeah. Yeah. But I
So
did.
He did that, in the same tone as a golden age story. Very simple colors, very dynamic shadowing, all that stuff. And the shadows were great with the color theory and all that stuff, and it came out good. It came out looking like a golden age style book, but you went and changed that. You started putting in gradients. You put in shadows that were not, the correct shade that they were supposed to be, because you wanted to look more busy, but more busy isn't necessarily more dynamic.
No, I did want it to look more busy. I was trying to go for dynamic. Maybe I didn't get it. I don't know. I guess everybody's going to have to, well, I was going to say everybody's going to have to decide for themselves, but not everybody knows what the originals.
And the thing is, all that stuff is already done. There's nothing that can be done about it. The book's already there.
Yeah. I can definitely show off, and I've been more than willing to show off what Pope Raven did and the changes I did.
But for what?
For people to decide whether for themselves.
But it's already done. So what would be the point even?
I don't know. For them
because if you colored this book over Pope Raven's colors and it came out looking like something that Kyle Ritter did, like something amazing and astonishing and fantastic, it still wouldn't make it right.
Yeah, but I didn't do, as far as I'm concerned, I didn't do that. I did some tweaks. If I could have got a hold of Pope Raven and been able to get in a chat with him and go over things, I would have. 100%. Right now I'm working with the artist for the Canadian Shield #2. He's showing.
So you're saying, now this is also interesting, because what you're saying is, as you were getting these colors back from Pope Raven, you were unsatisfied from the get-go.
For some of them, a little bit, yeah.
Okay, well that makes sense then. Okay, never mind. That makes sense.
Overall, it's great. I'm not trying to take anything away from Pope Raven. He did a great job. He felt under the time crunch too, because at the time he was thinking he had less and less time. We didn't know that, it was going to take me an extra 4 months to get the money.
Is that how long it took?
The campaign was done in the middle of March. I think I found out mid-April that I was having problems getting the money. So May, June, July, so maybe 3.5.
Oh man, that's a long time. I thought it was less than. I thought it was like a month and a half, 2 months. I'll be right back. Why is it so quiet? Why are you guys so quiet?
What?
Oh, I've got messages to pass on.
Okay.
I just didn't want to say anything while you and John were in the heat of it. And we have, starting back, Evan wanted Elric to know that he updated the rules. And Mallet wants you to listen and agree with John just this once. And Evan wants you to know that he's drinking, I think that's pronounced kombucha.
Okay.
Could be kombucha. I've never seen this word. I don't know what language it comes from. I'm assuming it's a drink, though, if he's drinking it. Some type of beverage.
What's the word?
Okay, to go back up in the chat, Mrs. Dillon says, Rick, are you claiming that you are fine with your work being modified without your permission? If it's if I put it into a comic book and, you know, submitted it to the, whatchamacallit, the editor of a comic book, and he doesn't like it, if he can't be getting in touch with me, yeah, I'm fine with it.
Oh, especially because of the garbage that Pope Raven was sending you. Nothing anywhere near.
I never said it was garbage. You're putting words in my mouth, John.
I didn't say anything. I said
You
because
said you said.
I said because of the garbage that Pope Raven was sending you. I didn't say garbage. I said because of the garbage that Pope Raven was sending you. I didn't put words in anybody's mouth.
You're putting words in my mouth, John. You're saying that I'm saying it's garbage by saying it like that.
I didn't say that. I said it was garbage.
Yeah, John himself is specifically using the word garbage.
Yeah,
he's not implying that you did.
To me, it implies that I'm implying that I'm saying that.
Maybe it's a cultural thing. Canadians don't really understand English like Americans.
I've never claimed that Pope Raven's stuff was garbage. I never will. Dillett says off with your head. Mrs. Dillett says off with your head. Elric says cross one of your aptitudes. A bite is mad with power. They're using the wrench of judgment with little on authority. Inkwell says awesome. Elric says yep. We got I think a thinking face there from Eagle. Elric says it took a stupid long time because the stupid bank issues that shouldn't have happened. True. Christopher, just be thankful that he's scribbling over your signature, Dylan. No, I am not. I have not scribbled over any of John's signatures. I would not.
You can scribble over whatever you want. The signature is part of the image, though. It can get drawn on.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't do that because that would take a.
Oh, I don't know that at all, right? Who knows what you would do? You'd probably put a price tag over my signature.
No, I wouldn't do that.
Yeah, Evan says that everybody should try kombucha, which I looked it up. Apparently, it's fermented tea, which sounds pretty interesting. I might actually try it myself.
And Mallow says, why is John not doing the Kidney Shield number 2? Well, I figured John did all this free stuff on number 1 that he wouldn't want to do free again. And I didn't think he'd want to do it for the low page rate either.
Well, I thought the Canadian Shield 2 was already finished.
Well, I did it myself. I don't like how it turned out. So I got another artist to go and redo it. I don't like how my pencils and inks were turning out. So. And I got an artist who offered a long time ago a very low page rate. Ah, crap.
Are any of the pages done?
Yeah, one is pretty much.
Or do you want to keep that secret? You don't want to show that?
No, I don't mind showing it.
I would like to see what the Canadian Shield number 2 is going to look like.
I think I've seen some of it.
Because that was the point, right? We were like, okay, let's get together. We're going to make Rick's comic book. We're all going to help out. We're going to pitch in. We're going to try to make it a successful campaign. That way, when part 2 rolls around, Rick had expressed that he wanted to outsource a lot of the artwork. That way, we'd have a little bit of money to throw at somebody, even if it's just like for a page or 3, as like a as like a carrot to dangle in front of the people that want to back his book.
Yeah, this was the understanding I had too.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's what I'm doing. I'm taking, most of the.
I'm not saying
money-
you're not doing that. I'm just explaining to the
Yeah,
people that maybe
yeah,
weren't privy.
Yeah, there's people in the chat listening.
Yeah, I know. I'm letting them know that I am actually doing that as well. Where is? He is painting the. He did the. I've got pencils, but this is he's doing the ink overs in the manga version, the 3 Shogun Jump One Media Bank.
Wait,
Okay.
this what I'm looking at right now is not the Canadian Shield #2.
Yeah, this is the first page.
This looks fantastic.
Yeah.
This is gorgeous.
Oh,
Yeah.
this actually looks better than the thing you showed me before. But what you showed me was not from the book. You showed me like a
Well, what I showed
was like
you
a
before.
fan art sample image.
No, I think what I showed you before was this, and this was his preliminary sketch.
I vaguely remember seeing this. Yeah, but see, that's just pencils, so I never saw the cleaned inks. A lot of people just do like really rough pencils to get the idea of where things should be, and then their inks are a lot better.
Yeah, well, that's the thing is he showed me this. I gave him a few, things about it. He upgraded some. I gave him some more pictures of the Canadian Shield to get a better idea of some certain things, and
Mallet wants you to do a tour of your DMs like you did on Google last night. I don't think that's a good idea.
So yeah, I'm upping the game, and I'm gonna hopefully try and have this put some money aside for the Snowdrift as well. Maybe get him to do that.
No, I'm good.
Okay. Okay, what do we got? Laugh out loud. I think we pay him too much. Hell, yeah. Bait and switch. Screw those two. Ulrich says, that's awesome. Cross, when is that going to be available for me to back that awesome art you just showed? Yeah, that. Up in the game. I'm hoping to have that campaign going live for January. Elric for Canadian Shield #2 and Snowdrift #1.
Wait, you're doing both campaigns at the same time?
Well, it's going
Why?
to be in the same campaign.
Why?
Because to me they were supposed to come out in the same month, so the same campaign.
They were supposed to
Whoa,
come
whoa,
out
whoa.
at the same time.
Yeah,
So no actual reason.
I think Mallet just upped the ante on this competition. Because he vaguely just referenced that he could make a prize plaque, but the winner would only have the privilege of buying it. So you'd have to pay for your own prize.
I'm not gonna play for anything homemade. What the hell?
Elric says, "What was that sound? Is that Dillard dragging something?"
It was aluminum foil. Those beef ribs are almost done, so I got to put them out right now.
And Elric says, "Sounds good, and I will be going by my pen name when I do the alternate cover for Snowdrift." Yes, Elric is wanting to put in a alternate cover for Snowdrift.
What's Elric's pen name? Is it Evan Hotep?
Yeah, yeah. Man, sorry about that, Evan. Elric, I'm sorry about that, Elric. What? Will I get these names straight yet today?
Oh, Mallet says, Rick, you need to stop scribbling.
Oh, nobody. I think people want their things shut. Bullet says store shelves up on the rack in the spinner rack. Says Bullet.
Oh yeah, this is the program that you were talking about in the chat that he was using Metabang Paint, which is a good free alternative to like Clip Studio if you're too broke to afford it or aren't cool with piracy. They also have a Shonen Jump version of the program that's free that comes with manga making tutorials.
Yes, I am using a Sharpie based on the recommendation of Metal.
It just holds to the paper better than Archival ink does. What holds the best is if you happen to have a paint marker, but if you don't happen to have one of those on you, Sharpie works.
Bullet says sail the 7 seas. Arr! And Elric says I will be washing my skillet so I can cook my ribeye.
So an hour has passed.
Yes.
How many books have you got signed?
I got all 23 of my cover signed, and almost got, I think, 10 of yours. 1, 2.
So what exactly can I be expecting to arrive in my mail coming from you?
I think you got your cover. I know your wife got both covers, so yours and her package will be in the same package.
Why?
Because it's going to the same address.
What? I want my stuff mingled in with my wife's stuff.
So, I think you just got the one cover, right, John?
I don't recall. What else am I getting?
Yeah, of course, you're getting the 2 fan cards.
I don't think I ordered those. What are those?
They come with each purchase. It was from the contest that we had for creating the fan versions of the Canadian Shield. That
Oh man,
that Evan Hotep
Evan's
won.
talking smack.
It's working, Bullet. I see it. Oh, and I wasn't reading your one on thing. Sorry, my bad. Okay. Created by Evan Hotep and Elric Hayuga. So let's see. Mr. John Dillard. What did he get? And of course, you're getting Pixel Trader's card that he created for his.
On the critical snail.
Yeah.
Okay.
You got your cover signed, and of course, you got your Ash game as well.
No, I don't believe that I got a signed cover. Matter of fact, there's absolutely no way that I would have paid $5 for a signature.
You did, John. I can double check on Indiegogo.
Well, can you send me an unsigned one instead?
I guess so.
I would like it in pristine mint condition for when I send it to the CGC.
Well, I can send. Well, I'm sending you. I'm probably going to send you a few extra copies of your cover too. So that will be unsigned. So.
What do you mean? Probably that was the deal. I'm supposed to be getting those. Those are my right.
I don't know why I'm saying probably. Just
that was the payment. Remember, for doing the cover.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Last night I walked into a spider's web. But you know those spiders that come out at night? They're like, and they hang between like trees and cars. They set up their webs super quick, and they're big and fat, and they're very peach colored. You guys have those?
Yeah.
So I was walking to my little shed, right? My art shed, and this spider was like set up a web right between the gate and the tree to get out there. And I didn't see it until the very last second because the spider was right in the middle of the web, like just hanging there, just big ass white spider. And I walked right into it, dude. And I like started hitting myself and like, you know, trying to get the spider, whatever it was, off of me. And I don't know whether or not it ever came off of me, but it was a terrifying experience.
Yeah, you did order the one with signs, so I'm gonna send you a signed one, and then I'm gonna send you a whole bunch that aren't signed. So you probably send one of those in to get graded.
But how many am I getting that are not signed?
I'm not sure yet. I'm thinking hopefully 10. I just want to see what I have left over after everything is said and done. But probably a minimum of 5. I'd probably say for 100% accuracy, a minimum of 5.
All right.
That way you can't say you didn't get what you ordered.
And how many copies of the Buckler am I getting?
Probably whatever I have left over. I can't see me. Well, I'll keep one for myself, obviously. And then,
So going back to my previous question, where I had asked you about you possibly going around and shopping these books out to comic book stores, what's the plan for that?
just to do it in a bit. I want to get everybody's stuff out to them. Obviously, first, you know, want to make sure that's said and done. All my
Mm-hmm.
And then just going out, look up all the comic book stores in the area and go look out. Have them bagged and boarded already. And have a business card.
Oh yeah, your thousands of business cards.
Yep.
So what are you gonna ask? Are you gonna ask them to just for just space in the shop, or are you gonna ask them for you gonna try to sell it to them?
Well, I'm gonna say, I've got these books here, comic books. You can take a look at it if you want. Um, Figure out how much I want from them. Say that, and just say on consignment. If you sell them, you pay me. If you don't, if they're still here in a month or 2 months or whatever you don't want, and you haven't sold them, just call me. I'll come get them. And you don't owe me for anything you didn't sell. But if you sell more, let me. If you sell them, and let me know.
And is there going to be some sort of a minimum bid?
What that they can take?
No, like you can't sell them for anything under this price.
Well, I'm gonna say this is what I want. Like say I say $3. I'm just using a number offhand. And then you can sell them for whatever you want beyond that. I just want my $3. So if you want to sell them for $5 and make $2, or if you want to sell them for 10 and make $7.
Because again, we're talking about a very small amount of books.
Yeah.
So is the goal of this is to just get as many people as possible exposed to the shield?
Yeah. And get it in the comic book stores and hopefully people buying and all that. No, Mallet, I did not order 8,000 copies of the Canadian Shield. I couldn't afford to do that.
But if you could, would you?
Probably not.
If you had unlimited funds, what would be your plan of action to get this book popular?
Well, obviously some advertising campaign. Like probably paper or like newspaper or whatever. Some ad like that. Newspaper or magazine. Probably a small TV ad. And I'm not sure what else to do. So there's probably ads on the internet too, obviously. Well,
Would you hire someone to walk around Canada, Hamilton, dressed as the Canadian Shield?
maybe with unlimited funds. Mallet says,
That's
all
what I
kidding
said.
aside.
Unlimited funds.
Mallet says, all kidding aside, I'm happy you're getting this done. Thank you, Mallet, and so am I.
So now that you actually have the books in your hand, with you there, you're looking at them in person, live.
Yeah.
Is there anything you would do different for your next campaign?
I think definitely try and be a little bit more in people's faces to getting on stuff. Well, without being nasty, of course. Just try and push a little bit more to get on certain ones. There was one that I tried to get on crowdfunding comics. I think it was Billy Tucci's channel.
Uh-huh.
and he got back. They got back to me once or twice. Never got on there. So I probably do a little bit more emailing, stuff like that to get on channel. Elric says promote more. Yeah, try promote as much more as I can. Trying to think.
So when people like Mulrooney were telling you, like, don't wait for them to get back to you, like get in their face, you would be more aggressive.
Yeah, I would try. I would hope to be. Like I said, I contacted them, and instead of waiting, maybe wait 24 hours, and if they haven't contacted me back, contact them back.
Mm-hmm.
For me, it's getting over. I'm not sure what it is in me. It's something I have. If okay, not gonna get back to me, fine. Whatever. How do I put it?
What is that called, Metal?
It's being too
Defeated
Canadian.
attitude?
No, I think it's called being Canadian. Just too bloody polite, eh?
Canadians say bloody?
Yeah, we do, eh?
I wouldn't be surprised. They're still part of the British Commonwealth.
That's disgusting, to be honest. I'll be right back.
I guess the problem is I don't want to become too much of a pest to somebody. I think that's maybe what it would come down to. I don't want to become an annoying pest. Like somebody that says, "Want to know about my comic?"
You have any questions about my comic?
Do you have any questions about my comic? You don't want to become. There's a fine line being the annoying pest that gets things done, and then the annoying pest that just everybody starts ignoring you.
Yeah. Well, see, if you're getting things done, you haven't quite hit the word pest yet. I think that is the line.
Yeah, well, there's the question. I use the word pest just for whatever. Um, to me, I think you can be a pest either way.
Well, a pest is someone you want to get rid of. If somebody's getting things done,
Yeah, but
you're not
sometimes,
getting rid of them, right?
yeah, but sometimes you just give into the pest to get them out of your way too.
Well, you know what Malice says, the squeaky wheel gets the grease.
Yeah.
No, it's like, if you had a pet mouse and the pet mouse was chewing up your stuff, you'd be more forgivable of it because it's your pet. But if you had like a mouse that just moved into your house without your permission, it was chewing up your stuff, you'd want to kill it. I think that's the difference. What isn't a pest. Both of these things could do the exact same thing, but if you're willing to keep the other one around, it's not a pest.
Yeah.
Oh, Evan wants to know why you're alienating people.
How am I alienating people, Evan? Alex says, I agree with Metal. Let's see. Nothing else new there at the moment. Well, there's a bunch of things. Will they commit most honorable suicide, Alex? So what else would I do different with my campaign?
Whew,
I know-
I'm back. What's up?
Rick, I know exactly what you could do different.
What?
You could join in on this Haramanga contest.
I'm not sure whether I want to be known for that.
Oh, you don't want to be known for competing directly against the great John Diller?
Who's competing against me?
Well, apparently just me, Evan, and Elric at the moment, but Rick could throw his hat in.
Man, I don't want Rick in this competition. Rick don't know nothing about anime and manga. Rick thinks that his comics are above manga.
No, I'd like to create a manga one day. I started doing that just before the summer.
Oh, I
And-
think what Evan said before is because you didn't weigh in on the judgment criteria, but how could you? You didn't even know that we're talking about the judgment criteria in this other chat.
What other chat?
Oh, I have a private chat with Mallet and Evan
Oh my god.
where they like to give me messages to refer to Rick.
Rascalism.
And Mallet wants John to base his off of Xylo. Probably not going to, but I relayed the message all the same.
Absolutely not. I'm going to be basing my manga off of good ideas.
Alric says, so Evan's not participating in his own contest he set up? Yeah, he's participating. Metal Mike just forgot to say his name accidentally.
Oh, I thought I said it. I might have had a brain fart.
So who's chatting, who's not chatting?
I don't know. There's a lot of chats going on.
Well, that's good.
Bullet says, Xylo, someday it will happen.
I know, especially because JP, or I'm sorry, because Mallet wants me to buy my own trophy. I don't think so.
Kat wants to be added to the group to send questions to answer on stream. I guess Evan will have to invite you because I don't think I have you as friends on Discord.
Oh, my stomach. Ow.
Alric says, it's a time as old as it's a tale as old as time. And what tale is that? Brain farts?
Beauty and the Beast, Rick.
Huh? So you and your wife?
How dare you call my wife a beast?
I wasn't calling her the beast.
That's the joke, Rick.
Yes, I know.
Oh, the bats are coming out. They're going to come after my ribs.
That's gonna drive you batty, right?
Yes.
Alice says, Xylo is cross-generational uncultured. I was referring to Xylo last time. Oh, Xylo is a tale as old as time?
Matt wants to know if you started on the cover for the Metal Saga. I think that's what he was asking a lot, like way earlier when he's like, "Did you start on the cover yet?"
Yeah, I only remembered so much information when.
Both a little scared, neither one prepared.
There's the beginning. I gotta get some good pictures of the Chinook helicopter.
Like, I know it was hot today. It was very hot today. My neighbors seem to think that 8:25 at night is when he needs to start running his Sawzall.
Eric says he was actually watching Beauty and the Beast yesterday. Cool.
Watching what?
Beauty and the Beast.
It's a good flick.
It is.
You're not showing me, right, Rick?
No, I'm not showing you.
Okay. Because I'm stuffing my face right now with a rib.
It's a good looking rib.
Bullet says, is that ND, Rick? What's the Russian GIF doing there? Hardy har, Bullet. Mallet saying anything about the picture?
Well, he said that John drew that better for the Xylo cover.
What?
Yeah, I don't know. That's just what he said. And he asks Elric how you acutely watch a show.
I don't know.
Not on Disney Plus because I have the Blu-ray and DVD because we all know Disney will alter it one day.
Evan also wants to know how Elric can be serious about this Harem manga contest if he acutely watches shows.
What does that mean, acutely? I don't know what that means.
Well, I think it means precisely. Like an acute angle is a small angle, so I don't know. I've heard people use the word acutely to mean precisely before, so I think it's a synonym.
That doesn't sound right.
Intensely. Severely. Exceedingly.
Whew. Rick, you still ain't done signing them books yet? What are you doing?
I've got like 5 more to go. I'm also bagging
Now,
and boarding.
Evan says Elric is being obtuse.
Ooh, just like the Shawshank Redemption. Next, he's gonna call him glib.
And Mallet wants John to share the Xylo cover. Well, he's not at his workstation.
I'm outside barbecuing.
I'll meet cutely.
But I do keep a copy of it in my back pocket at all times, so I could share it if I wanted to, but I'm not going to. I wonder if this grill is any good. Like, they didn't buy it from like a normal place. And it seems to be getting backed up with like gunk. Like maybe it doesn't have like a good like way to clean it out.
Mallet says he can share it if you're okay with it. It was pretty epic.
I would be 100% okay with it. Blaze. Metal, look up Blaze Grills. And see what their rating is.
Blaze Grills, like in your area?
Yeah, like BLAZE, and it has a logo with a little flame next to the B.
That was like a brand?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, they all have like between 4.5 to 5-star ratings.
Out of 5?
Yeah.
That don't make no sense.
Why does it make no sense, John?
That this grill has a high rating because I'm not experiencing a stellar performance out of it.
Maybe you got the one dud out of the bunch?
Well,
Maybe.
these ratings are off the average. There could be a lot of like 1-star ratings, and then like just other people overpower it.
Because we built this thing. They got a kit, right? This is before I was even living here. They're like, oh, we want to do a backyard barbecue area, right? So they bought this kit, and it was like all aluminum framing. And dude, my hand suffered. Like holding 2 pieces of like super thin aluminum together and then trying to put like a self-drilling tapping screw in there. Oh my God. And it was like, I would say probably about 700 different angles I had to do. Because everyone comes in its own original like box, right? Like the framing for it is like a box, but because they're light aluminum, you have to make the outside first and then you do the cross bracing on them. And oh, good God, dude, it was so awful. Like you have to like pinch really hard because of the angles of the thing. You got to pinch really hard with like just the very tips of your fingers to hold this thing together, and also like put your body weight on one side and try to put this self-tapping screw because there's no holes, so you have to put pressure on the aluminum, which is making it unstable as you're trying to drill it in. You know.
Mallet says they're pretty pricey too, and Bullet says you should give it a bad Yelp review.
I am gonna give it a bad review.
Oh yeah, Kat's in the group chat now, so you're probably gonna hear some questions from her eventually.
That's if you decide to read them because you have the power, man.
I do, but it's entertaining to me. So
my wife says that Bullet is being rude in the chat. What happened?
oh, earlier he was like, "See, Rick, we gave them the power to vote, and this is what they did with it."
What?
They put
Gave who the
demands.
power?
Yeah, they just kept giving demands and stuff.
Are you talking about women in general?
Yeah.
It's terrible.
So all your covers or versions of your covers are signed.
So how many times can I contact you and tell you that my books haven't arrived so you can keep sending me more books before you get fed up?
You have to give it at least 3 weeks from when I say I mailed them.
Well, I'm willing to wait 4 weeks.
Huh? Good. You just gotta be honest too, John.
I'm always honest. That's why they call me Honest John.
And Mallet said you could have used a clamp instead of your hand for when you were doing that aluminum stuff.
I don't think you're understanding me. These things are very awkward. When I said I had to use my hands because there was a lot of space in between there, and I had to use the very tips of my fingers, I would have to use some sort of like big angle C-clamp, right? Which means I would then have to screw that clamp in and out. It's not like a little clip that I could just clip up and down with a clamp. You know what I mean?
And Mallet says, no, they call you German John.
No, they call me Honest John.
Yeah. So Evan wants John to answer what power metal doesn't have. And Kat's trying to claim I don't have the power, but she should go back and check how many chats I've skipped over throughout the course of this message log.
And Bullet says, I've never heard of an Honest John.
Yeah, they also call me Long Dong Dillard, but that's a lie.
Evan wants to know if Rick has weighed in on the judgment criteria yet, but I still haven't told him what the judgment criteria was for him to weigh in, so.
Yeah.
I don't want Rick judging my work.
I don't think Rick wants to judge your work. It's going to be too lewd for him.
I don't want you looking at my work either, Rick.
So the criteria are, as Evan suggests, that we grade them on the personality of each character is one part, the story, the art, the layout / composition, and whether or not they enjoyed the book as a whole, with each category basically being worth 2 points.
That's stupid. I don't like that. You should judge it on number 1, how many dinosaurs are in it. Number 2, how sexy it is. And that's it.
Well, I don't know. I feel like then Elric can win just by overloading everything with dinosaurs.
Yeah, that's only half the criteria, though.
Sexy dinosaurs.
Yeah, Elric can't draw sexy dinosaurs. I've seen him try to draw sexy dinosaurs. It doesn't work.
Wang Long and Howard says Long John Dangle.
Well, I don't know. If Bullet got beef with Mrs. Dillard Draws, that sounds like a Bullet problem. I'm not going to get in the way of any internet beef. Unless he brings the beef to the house, then I have to do something. But I don't get involved in internet beef. Oh my God, these pork ribs are taking forever.
The sad part is that it's just internet beef doesn't taste good.
Rick, isn't that your job to make horrible puns?
Hey, anybody's welcome.
I'll be right back. I'm gonna go take these ribs inside so they can gnaw on them while they're waiting for the big rack.
Mallet wants me to tell you that his school district was already short on subs in the first week.
What does that mean? I don't get it.
I'm assuming he means substitute teachers.
I mean, what is the significance of being short on subs, and why should I care? Me in particular, why should John Dillard care?
Well, he was talking to Rick, so I don't think he cares if you care.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I'm still, what's that mean?
Oh, his wife is a sub. So, you know, it's relevant to him.
I'll be back.
Oh, and he does care if John cares.
So here is all the signed books.
Subway sandwiches. I had a Jersey Mike sandwich earlier. It's a Philly cheesesteak. Yeah, man, they're great.
Okay. My mic fell off and I just didn't put it back on. There, am I better now, Elric? Cat says metal just randomly rambling about subs.
Yeah? Hey, I had a really good sub today, so I'm going to ramble about it.
Elric says, I
Oh,
like
Philly
which is which. And Elric says,
Which is okay.
Oh, I never got back to Timothy about his question from last night. We talked about it last night, though, Timothy. We did talk about it a little bit. Timothy, the Canadian Shield. Also, these are the signed copies. I have to do unsigned copies.
I'm back.
You sent me a question about what was a reasonable amount to raise for a comic book. The question.
What are you talking about, Rick? Fill me in.
Timothy yesterday, or what? Maybe it was the day before. Sent me a question that what it was a good price to raise for a comic book. And we talked about it a little bit last. I think it was last night.
Oh, I got a question for Mr. Timothy. Now I backed his book, and he had a flexible goal, but for some reason he's not fulfilling on his flexible goal book. What the f?
Did he meet the minimum?
Yeah.
So you have to raise like at least 500 to even have a flexible goal.
No, you can put it at anything. You can put $500, but as long as it's flexible, you still get the money.
Oh, okay.
You raise $3, you still get the money.
He says he refunded.
Well, then how come I haven't got my money back?
Did you check?
Kind of a low-born scumbag. Tries to rip off Dillard.
And he
Evan wants to know both Rick and Elric's opinions on the judgment criteria for the contest.
What are the judgment criteria?
Those are the ones I read out before that you said you didn't like.
Where did these judgment criteria come from, and who created this judgment criteria list?
Evan, the guy who created the contest in the first place.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm shaking in my boots with the power from that statement.
Okay, what was the criteria again?
Oh, let me scroll back up.
I know, I'm a pain.
I'll tell you what kind of power Metal has. Metal has all the power afforded to anyone that enjoys a level 3 tier status in the Cult of Raven.
So the criteria were to grade the characters by their personalities, the story, the art, the layout / composition, and whether or not you enjoyed the book on the whole. With each category being worth 2 points.
I think
And each category being judged individually?
I guess. I mean, personally, I don't care if you judge them all together and just be like, hey, this book's an 8 out of 10.
No. What I mean is, like, maybe this guy has a great personality. You know, it's written really well. The personality is fantastic, but the artwork is really bad and doesn't showcase his personality very well. Do you like find like a median, or do you judge solely on the writing or the art?
Ooh, that's a good question. Let's see what Evan has to say about
These
that.
are the only kind of questions that I have, Metal.
Yeah.
I don't want some scumbag who don't know nothing about nothing judging the works of me, a great artist and great writer and great man.
Yeah, well, one thing you said, like when I judge art, it's for comics, it's whether it showcases the intention well, right? So the art has to match the story. So I think that's a very good point.
Again, these are the kind of points that I made.
Melon says he thought the Cult of Raven was disbanded for being deviant. Timothy's what? Yes.
Just because you want it to be true, Mallet, doesn't necessarily make it fucking so.
Evan's sad because you ignored all of his rules up until now.
I know I was thinking they were all good. I was just thinking about the personality sort of. I thought that would just more flow in with the second criteria that was mentioned.
What, the story part?
Yeah.
No, the personalities are separate to the story itself. Because they could have good personalities, and you could write like a horrible story.
Yeah. But I would think.
Yeah,
the
I want this
person-
thing to be judged individually, but also on as a whole. Like as a whole, I want you to come up with I want you to read the book, right?
Yeah.
And I want you to say, as a whole, I would give this book 5 out of 10, right?
Yeah.
Which means that you cannot, in good conscience, give this book a 10 in any other category because overall you can give it no higher than a 5.
Yeah.
That's what I say.
Oh, so Evan wants Rick to know that he's hired, and then he's fired.
Sucks to be you, Rick.
Yeah.
And Kat says she'll be the Simon Cowell of this competition, which I am perfectly okay with this. I think that's a great idea.
Who's the Simon Cowell?
Kat.
No, it's gonna be Flit. Well, in any case, when it comes to judging me, Flit's gonna be the Simon Cowell of the contest.
And Mallet says he'll be judging based on coin flips.
And also, if one of the judges has an idea like Xylo, his judgment is worth half of what a normal judge would be.
So, although I did do it in other stream, when I got the books, I did not go open this up for people to see the Canadian Shield, the inside.
Kat says that she is way more critical than Flit. Just very likely true. But yeah, I think Flit will probably be more critical on Dillard specifically than everyone else. And Mallet wants John to know that he doesn't know anything about character development.
I know that he doesn't know anything about it.
Kat wants to know if Flit has something against John. I honestly don't know.
I know that he does. I don't know what it is. The only interaction that I ever had with Flit was him coming on my Festivus stream and yelling at me. I don't know why.
Wasn't that like the point of the Festivus stream?
No, well, the point of the Festivus stream was to air grievances. His grievance was he didn't like the Festivus stream.
Yeah. Honestly, he probably doesn't have anything against you. Because even Evan thought that Flit had something against him. I think Flit just comes off as if he has things against people. That's just the way he is. Because I've never gotten that vibe from him.
And I said, Flit, what's going on? Flit, he said, well, I got something against you, Dillard. I said, oh, shit. Pretty good indication somebody got something against you when I tell you I got something against you.
But maybe it was that just one thing for that one time.
No, it was not that. He says, well, that can be discussed at a later date, but right now, this Festivus stream was on my mind.
I think he has, Timothy. Timothy says maybe he should boycott Dillard. Well, seeing as how I don't think he's been in one of Dillard's streams for a few months. But that could be a different reason.
Were you talking about Flit still?
Yeah.
Flit basically disappeared outside of the Cult of Raven Discord.
That sounds like something you shouldn't be telling everybody, Metal. Sounds like a secret.
Eagle says
Oh yeah,
should be a judge.
Owen says that you don't stand a chance with Todd and Marsupial writing your book. I don't think Todd's involved in the writing process.
No, not at all. And neither is Marsupial, apparently. He just gave up.
I guess
So
Dillard was
whenever-
being
whenever-
difficult.
But you guys know that Marsupial is super thirsty, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like Marsupial. You got to write my book, dude. Like you're the most depraved mind that I know. I need some depravity in this book. It needs to be high impact sexual violence. And he's like, well, I can do that. I was like, I know you can. Because he's shameless. He's all over. He's all over Twitter, just perving on everybody. And then when it comes down to it, he's like, we ain't got no ideas. What are we doing over here?
Well, apparently everybody's trying to disqualify Booster from being a judge, so why don't you just have Booster write your book?
Oh, damn. He is going on a 4-year dry spell. He must be thirsty as hell.
Yeah.
And Eagle says, Flit should be a judge. Bullet saying, hang on. Hang on to what?
Flit is a judge. He already confirmed it. I actually, I didn't even ask him. I volunteered him.
And then the scumbag Timothy.
And then he said, yeah, sure.
And then your best friend, Rick, the scumbag Timothy.
I never said he was my best friend.
This is your oldest and dearest friend, Timothy. He goes and put this book on a solely anti-CG site just to spite me. He takes my money, and then he puts his book up to try to swindle somebody else on an anti-CG site.
Hey, Dark and Link's here in the chat.
Yeah, Kat's disappointed that Marsupial isn't writing the book.
Yeah, yes, you will be getting soon. I'm waiting for John's artwork to come in to raffle it off, for lack of a better word.
To assign it to people that have backed your book.
Yeah, I find it. Okay. Timothy says he refunded.
Evan wants to know
If I
why
was-
isn't Marsupial?
If I got the refund, I would be enjoying a free pack of smokes right here. I'm smokeless.
Well, then again, maybe what's the name of it messed up? Indiegogo. Maybe it's not.
I don't get paid. I don't have that much money, Rick. I'm aware of every penny that comes in and out of my account.
Yeah, but you would have got that on your credit card, so it would have been applied back to your credit card, wouldn't it?
Yeah. My credit card is not a credit card in the normal sense. It's just a bank card that I use for my bank.
Oh,
It's a
okay.
debit.
Yeah, I have that from my Scotiabank.
I think most people do.
Yeah.
Evan wants John to know that he doesn't stand a chance without Marsupial in his corner. Evan, you can't have it both ways. First, you were saying Marsupial was the problem. Now you're saying that Marsupial was the answer.
I don't know more about finances than anybody, Mallet. I'm just making suggestions. And I didn't know what type of credit card he had. Whether it was just out of his bank or...
And Kat wants John to know that we need Marsupial in his book. I'm assuming like this is the we as in human posterity. We need this combination together.
I don't know if I can. I mean, honestly, in good conscience, I don't know if I can get him to write this book. He's kind of a flake.
Yeah, he is kind of a flake.
He's like a super fucking flake.
Ooh. 2 Fs. Ignition's in the chat. I don't see Evan in the chat. He's in Discord. Mallet's things. Metal's reading from the Discord. And actually, I have a thing where certain people.
Evan actually is a good idea.
What?
Tell John to make his book about Marsupial.
Well, isn't that what Marsupial wanted? He wanted to use his name in the book.
No, I think I was the one that recommended that you guys name the main character John, since both of you have the first name John.
But he wanted that. He was like, yes, yes, yes. His name is John. And I was like, all right, well, what's happening on this first page? Tell me what's happening. Tell me the story. I don't know. Whatever you think. I don't know. That's not how it works when you're a writer. Whatever you think. Write the story.
Timothy also needs to know that Mallet is sorry that John is mean to you.
This is what you do with your third tier power medal? You harass me?
No, Mallet's the one that's sorry. Obviously, you aren't. I'm not.
I'm looking at my wife in the window. She's like cooking. She's trying to pour out some like boiling. She's making potato salad. She's trying to pour out the water that the potatoes were boiling in. She dropped it in the sink. It got too hot.
Timothy says, heck, I was following advice from Red Valkyrie and Justin Sutton. I have no idea who they are.
I don't know either of those people.
He also said that John should keep better track of his money.
All I gotta keep track of is the scumbags that try to rip me off. That's what I gotta keep track of.
Oh, you mean like Indiegogo? No, I'm not gonna turn the city tour tonight. So yeah, Dark and Link. The comic shoot, like I just said, waiting on John's artwork to come in and some trading type cards that George Gatsis is providing as well. So as soon as they're in.
You know, I was reading the terms of service last night for the Indie Comics Group crowdfunding website. This anti-CG website. I was reading the terms of service. And according to the terms of service, if you ever had a campaign that you didn't fulfill on, they would ban you from that site.
Yeah, but if you refund it,
which he didn't.
Well, maybe you'd have to check with Indiegogo.
I don't understand why you're so defensive over Timothy, Rick.
Well,
is there something going on we didn't know about?
No, I'm taking him at his word, and I'm taking you at your word that you.
You're not, though. You're not. You're constantly giving me grief and counterpoints to when I say anything. I don't understand it.
Okay, so if he says he refunded it, and you say you didn't receive it, maybe it's something to do with Indiegogo, not him.
Maybe it has something to do with you, Rick. Maybe you're some shadiness with Timothy.
Dillard's just trying to be Dillard. Which isn't hard for him since he is Dillard. Mallet says he's glad he doesn't rely on crowdfunding. So, you want to promote Evan? Not Evan.
Yes, I will take my time to promote Evan because he needs the promotion. Because Evan is both participating and technically running a Harem manga contest right now that we need more participants in to make this thing as interesting as possible. And also, so after December 1st, we can just weigh down the time of the judges who have all been volunteered for this.
Okay. And now,
yep.
John, do you want to promote anything?
Yeah, I would like to promote my book. It's called Melvin #1. You can find it on the Indie Comics Group. It's a fantastic book about sword and sorceries and maidens and macho men Those big, strong muscles that throw rocks around. Melvin #1. Go check it out.
Okay, so. So thanks everybody for tuning in. Thanks for John and Metal coming on with me here tonight and talking while I sign the books. And thank you for everybody coming by in the chat and
Rick,
participating.
before you go,
Yes.
why is it that your chat replay isn't showing up on your videos anymore?
I have no idea. It's connected. It should be. I'll have to check
Just a
that out.
question. Bye.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah. So thanks everybody in the chat for coming out. We will see you all later. So bye for now. God bless. We'll see you Monday. Bye for now. God bless. Have a great night.